How's everybody doing? You know what time it is? It's your favorite time. Critical thinking with childish. What it is, what it ain't. Your booty hole stank. Here we go. All right. This is gonna be part 2 of the third episode, talking about runes for progression. Okay, this is like a half critical thinking video, half kind of a rant, so to speak. So, the only reason why I am making this video is because every one of us have had that opportunity to be chilling in the game, as you see here with this little chat channel going on. Let me close it out. And, you're sitting there chilling, you see people get 5-star units, whatever, but every once in a while you see that person get that plus 15 on that rune, and you want to, first thing you do, right, you can't help yourself, you go up there, you take a look at that rune, you're like, all right, you're getting ready to say congratulations, and then you see that plus 15 1-star rune, or that plus 15 2-star rune, and you cringe and you shake your head and you start to get like neck injuries because you're shaking your head so hard. You just can't believe, like, how can these people realize that the amount of money that they put in with relation to the stats that you get are just so bad, right? They're just so bad. There's just no way, but they do every day, and it just comes down to not understanding the game, or not knowing just some of the basics of what is to do. Lord knows if I didn't have appinvasion.com, shout out to my AI peoples, I wouldn't have known half the stuff I know if I didn't have those 2 or 3 pioneers of YouTubers out there. I would have known it. I wouldn't have known anything, but thank God for that help. So, since I don't think anyone has a video as far as some kind of steps to going about your rooms from level to level, I'm going to go ahead and get into that. So let me get back to my monsters here. I just wanted to clear out some energy just in case I decided to talk a little bit. I apologize in advance. Every once in a while I'm going to be resetting just to go through my list here. I'm trying to find my YouTubers. We're all within 100 points, so we're all trying to find each other. All right. So, runes. Rune this. All right. First thing, basically, if you haven't seen my next or my first video, guys, go ahead and stop this video. Go back to episode 3, Critical Think of a Childish, talking about runes for progression. Real quick, I just basically talk about the types of runes they are, the low quality versus high quality runes, and what kind of stats you're looking for in each of these slots. Okay, it gives a little detail in that, and then talks about the importance of just overall focus on the highest possible quality rune as you get higher, and the higher you get in runes, the less you have to worry about set bonuses, unless they're very unique, like a violent bonus set, because at the end of the day, the best runes are going to yield the best stats, which are going to just get your overall goal in mind, as far as higher stats, higher damage, all that good stuff. So what this video is going to be today is talking about the stages that we should take as far as powering up our runes. What kind of strategy should we take as far as getting from section to section, as far as 1-star, 2-star, 5-star runes, whatever, so on and so forth. So so where do we begin? I'm going to break this down into 4 sections, and I'm going to be real with you right now. I think these numbers that I'm going to give to you are going to be really, really subjective. I don't think these are perfect in any way. You'll kind of, if you guys are young, as far as your experience level, you'll kind of be able to pan this out. But I just want to kind of give a range, so to speak, of levels and recommendations and whatnot, and hopefully this will work out for the majority of you. So we're going to start out with the first 10 levels. We got 40 levels to max in this game. We're going to start out with level 1 to level 10. Level 1 to level 10, okay? Runes. Right now, you're just clearing content and you're taking any rune you can get, okay? Your goal for runes should be just to complete the sets. Okay, in the first few stages of the game, you're going to be clearing, Garen Forest, Mount Sis, Kebar runes, and White Regons. So the Rage set's going to be doable. The Fatal set's going to be doable. The Blade set's going to be doable, and the Energy set's going to be doable. So for that first half of the map, from 1 to 10, you're probably going to knock that out really, really quick, okay? Should you be concerned about powering up your runes to a certain power-up? And the power-up, for those of you that are really new to the game, that's the number that I'm talking about, the power-up, okay? No, I don't believe that between 1 through 10 you should be focused on that, because the percentage or stats, raw percentage of stats that get increased on a 1-star or 2-star rune is negligible. It's not really significant for you to really make some kind of benefit when you're really, really early in the game. Okay, so easy peasy on the level 1 to level 10. Focus on completing set bonuses, because those set bonuses will be more than enough to get you through the regular content, assuming that you're doing everything and anything to clear all your daily missions, do all your arena fights for your, crystals, and, collectively getting more and more 3 stars, okay? You're going to be utilizing a lot of 2 stars and 3 stars in this stage, but, generally speaking, when you get into the level 10, you're going to get, roughly 3, 4, 5, 3 stars, and start to build your team. Okay, level 10 through level 20. Okay, now we're kind of getting on in that second half of the vid. Maybe we got ourselves a few people on our friends list that are 5-star max or 6-star max, so they're helping us clear this content out. Maybe we're even getting to the part where we're starting to push into Faimon Volcano, so on and so forth. Okay. And then, in addition to getting close to Faimon Volcano, we might be able to get lucky and start clearing out the hard mode, or start clearing out, the hard mode in here. Maybe even a couple of zones with regards to the hell mode. Maybe, but probably not. Probably just the hard stuff. Okay. In this stage, I'm gonna say, as far as rune recommendations, you're gonna still focus on the set bonus. Okay, but if you do have, let's say a colored rune, meaning you got a 2-star, blue, orange, purple, green, something like that. Color 1 green, yeah. If you got one with maybe a little additional stats here and there, and that has a substat like this attack rune or whatever that you like or whatever like that, then I say go ahead. Put a couple points into it. But in my opinion, for the 1 and 2-star runes, I would not power them up to more than 6. Okay, plus 6. This is assuming that I have a ton of money. I've been farming mana. I've been doing all the events, so I'm collectively just clearing out content and getting money as I go. Okay, obviously, if we're really low on money, we're not going to sit here and power up runes or whatever. We're just going to focus on the set bonuses. But if we are, have the money and whatnot, then yeah, go ahead and get the plus 6. Here's my thing: a 2-star attack rune. So even though I'm looking at a speed rune right now, let's say this is a swift rune with attack percentage. Okay, 2-star. 2-star, the base is going to be attack 2%, I believe. Okay, if we took it a plus 6, it's going to raise it only 1% higher, which is to plus 8. It'll be 8%, attack 8%. Okay, 8% is not too much, but because there are 3 slots in which you can get percentage based stats, primary stats, then I do think it's reasonable enough to upgrade them to plus 6, because if we're talking about a unit such as Rogue, where we're trying to get the most attack possible, a 24% increase, 8% from all 3 slots, is not too bad. I mean, considering that a fatal set gives you 30%, an additional 24% really isn't that bad. A lot of people would probably frown upon wasting money on upgrading your runes to +6, but I actually believe it can be worth it. Okay. Again, this is all considering that you have the money. Okay. Now let's say we got in this stage, if we get a new 2-star rune, are we gonna remove our old runes to put on a new rune? No, that's a waste of money because you're gonna be getting more runes as you go, and you don't need to be wasting 1,000 or 2,500 to every time to remove one and do this and do that, unless it's a 2-star legend rune or a 2-star hero rune, and you know that you got a lot of new units that still need reasonable amount of runes or something like that. Okay, so I'm gonna say that's 10 to 20. Okay, 20 to 30 level stage, 20 to 30. So now we are clearing out Phaimon Volcano. We probably killed it. We probably got the boss down here. Got our light and dark scroll. We probably got a dark hellhound, and we're threw our phone against the wall. But we realize now that we can start doing the hell modes of maybe Garen Forest or maybe Mount Sis and some other ones. And now we're starting to see 3-star and 4-star runes in the shop here. So on and so forth. So what should we do? Okay. Without a doubt, you're going to be making the change from 2-star to 3-star at least. Okay. Why is that? Because the 3-star runes, okay, the 3-star runes have, how do I say? The 3-star runes have a noticeable increase in the primary stat, if it's percentage based, as well as some of the substats. Okay, I'm trying to see if I can find my old Swift rune here. All right, I think it's right there. Okay, great. This one's a good one. So 3-star runes, obviously, it can be, we can get a variety of substats here, but 3-star runes is when if you get the right rune, okay, you can definitely find some good substats in here, that is, really, really quality. Okay, so as we know, and here's a great example, as we know that the energy set, right, when 2 are put together, you get a 15% bonus. But if you take a look at this rune right here, this substat, all percentage based, and all, and even a double digit there in the hit points. So this one rune is equivalent of 2 energy sets. Okay, that is huge for a 3-star rune. So in that 20 to 30 stage, you definitely want to get all your units up to 3-star. 3-star runes, and if you do get lucky and while you're farming hell mode and clearing content, you find some 4-stars, go ahead and get the 4-stars in. The focus right now should be 3-star, 4-star runes. How far should you upgrade it? That depends on the quality of the runes. So just flat out, I'm always going to recommend from 20 to 30. Okay. Get your 3-star runes or 4-star runes. Okay, if they're in the 2, 4, 6 slot, which we know are percentage based runes. Okay, unless we're talking about 2 slot for speed, or whatever, because this one can be a speed. But you know what I'm saying? It's percentage based runes. Those I'm gonna take to +9 on a 3-star. Okay. At the time that I was in those levels, if I had, average 3-star runes for the 1, 3, 5 slots, since they are not percentage-based substats, I would take them to +6 if and only if the quality of the substats were not good. Notice that this particular one, I'm breaking my rule and saying I'm taking it to +9 versus +6. Why? Because of the substat. Okay, and of course, some of the substats we didn't know we were going to get until we hit +9, because we get bonuses at +6, +3, +9. However, this one I do remember, and I got both bonuses for the hit points right off the bat, and then I got a little bit of a crit damage on the +9. So that's the only reason why I brought it up to +9. So rewind, replay. 2, 4, 6. bring him up 3-star or 4-star plus 9. 135, recommending 3 or 4-star plus 6, only if the substats are weak. If you got a 3-star rune with 3 percentage-based substats, go for the plus 9. Okay? I'm going to say that's pretty much it, okay? Now, the difference between the 3-star and 4-star runes is not too much. So if you got a rune like this, don't try to look for a 4-star rune with better substats, okay? This is going to be good. I mean, I used this on my Megan up until, I'd say, October. I'm making this video mid-November. So I used it for a very long time just because all the 4-star and 5-star counterparts didn't have the right substats, okay? And of course, with a stat like defense, even though it's important for a support unit, I wasn't too concerned about trying to get a higher grade rune so I can get, an extra 20 defense or something like that, whatever. So that's no big deal. But level 20 to 30, 3 to 4-star runes plus 6 or plus 9 depending on the quality, depending on the slot. Okay, moving on to stage 30 and 40. Okay, from 30 to 40, now we are seeing a lot more. We're able to easily clear the majority of these zones in hell mode, which means we can farm the boss levels for 5-star runes. If you didn't know, you can farm the bosses for 5-star runes. You can farm the bosses for 3-star fodder. I think any zone can drop the 3-star fodder, but I find that I get the boss drops. I get the fodder to drop on some of those bosses a little bit more frequently. And of course, not all bosses will drop. It's not going to drop a water phoenix, right? But the first 2 zones, stuff like that, they'll drop some fodder, stuff like that. So, but yeah, farming the last stage if you can is great to do in hell mode. Why? Because you can get the opportunity to get a 5-star rune. Okay. In addition, I think around that level 30 range, you're going to be somewhere in the realm of B2 to B4 for bat dragons and B3 to B6 for giants, okay? And I believe B4, B5, and B6 have the opportunity to drop 4-star, and then the B6 for sure has the opportunity to drop 5-star. I'm not sure if B5 can drop 5-star, maybe. But, this particular range is going to be 4-star and 5-star runes, okay? From 30 to 40, the focus should be to get all of your runes to 5-star or better, okay? And as far as the recommendation for powering them up, it depends. But if it's a 5-star rune minimum, it's going to be 5-star plus 12. And why am I saying 5-star plus 12? Because 5-star is a really, really good rune, but we know that eventually we're going to be working into 6-star runes as we get them. Okay. And so even though we know that in the level 30 to 40, a lot of you guys have gotten a lot of 6-star runes, or maybe you got a giant farming team that you can, farm the 6-star runes. Or you just got a lot of money. Maybe you're a pay-to-win player, and you can refresh the magic shop. Now you're seeing more mystical scrolls in the magic shop. Now you're seeing more 5-star runes, more 6-star runes in the magic shop, and you're just buying away. Great. If you can get the 6-star runes, at the early stages of level 30, great. Congratulations, you're a beast. All right, but generally speaking, for the average player, they're not going to be able to afford a 300,000, a 400,000, a 500,000 6-star route on the spot. All right, and even if they could, that's kind of at that point where you really don't have more than $1 million. Maybe you got anywhere from 200,000 to 300,000 on any given day, unless you're upgrading your runes as you go and just low on money. But unless you're really grinding away at all the events and all the farming of the fodder and Feynman Volcano for money, whatever like that, double mana, whatever. Normally we're not sitting with a high chunk of change unless we just bought some mana or whatever. So, I'm gonna say from 30 on to 40 at minimum 5-star plus 12 rooms, but that the ultimate goal is to is to go for the 6-star runes and get them plus 15. Okay, so what is the strategy from level 30 to level 40 as far as rune upgrades? Okay, so since so I'll go ahead and show it. Show you here, kind of an example. So my anytime I see in the shop any 5-star percentage-based rune for attack, for hit point, for defense, I generally buy them because 5-star runes are anywhere from 70,000 to 200,000, depending on the type of the rune it is and the quality. If it's a 5-star violent legend, it's going to be up there in the 200,000. But if it's a energy rune with attack percentage on it, it's probably going to be like 70,000. So it can bounce around, but 70,000 and 170, 75, 200, that's really not too bad compared to the 6-star counterparts, which are anywhere from 160,000 to upwards of 650,000. Okay, so even though I know that there's some 6-star runes that I really, really want, and they're going to be a big upgrade and whatnot, sometimes I just don't have the money. So I definitely go out of my way to get the 5-star runes when I can. Okay, just like I said in the other stages before, the percentage-based runes 2, 4, 6. I'm gonna make sure I get those to plus 12, and I'm gonna make sure I get 5-star runes for those, so I can take advantage of the better stats. Okay, and of course, if I am looking for those 5-star runes that are higher quality, I'm gonna make sure that I find the ones with percentage-based stats. Take note here. Okay, this is not a fluke. Take a look at Lucian. All 5-star runes are all percentage based, okay? And you know that I'm not going for defense. I'm not going for accuracy. I'm not going for resistance. I'm going for the crit damage, the speed, the crit rate, stuff like that, okay? Why do I still go out of my way to get the percentage based runes? Because those percentage based runes add an absurd amount of bonus to your stats versus just raw stats, okay? A 10% attack increase or a 14% attack increase like in this rune is way better than attack plus 14, okay? And we all know that because when we get to the 5-star stages of runes, you can see that our attack is going to be well up there, okay? So compared to Lucian's out there, my attack is a little bit lower, but that's because I'm focused on crit damage. As you can see below, I got the 160 crit damage there. So that's going to be the ultimate goal there. I'll have the 4-star runes and a 1, 3, 5, assuming that they are, great substats, which this one's poor, but I think these two are pretty decent. Okay. And then 2, 4, 6 will definitely have the 5-star percentage base runes with the plus 12 increase on the rune there. All right. So after I get kind of in this stage, then I'm going to be looking to eventually replace the 1, 3, 5 here for 5-star or 6-star. All right. Am I gonna throw on the first 5-star rune right away? No, because again, going back to ground one, what we talked about in the first 3 levels, there's no reason going from 4-star to 5-star or 3-star to 4-star or 2-star to 3-star if the quality of the substats is not good, okay? If I find a 5-star rage rune here and get it to plus 12 and it does not give me an attack percentage base with a double percentage there, there's no point in putting it on. That 14% is half of a fatal set, okay? That's like half of this damn percentage rune right here. That's a huge jump. People don't realize what double stats can do, but it's really, really big. Let's take a look here. Kaz, even though he's fatal focus, like disregard the fatal focus. It's not even about, trying to get the most damage, as you'll see right here. So take a look at these runes. 14% crit rate. I had a 7 speed in here. It was a little bit better, but I had to switch to get another fatal rune on. So 14 speed here, 6% hit points, 11% hit points, 9 speed, 13% crit rate. Hit points, 5%. Okay, 11% attack, double speed, double-digit speeds here and there. Double-digit percentage-based stuff here and there. Hit points are suffering a little bit, but overall, he's a very well-rounded hybrid unit that is going to be utilized for dungeons. So this is, for me, even though he probably can do a lot more damage with a Rage Blade or Rage Focus or Fatal Focus with all attack around, that's not my goal. Whatever the goal is for whatever unit you use, you're going to emphasize and prioritize the runes for that and get what you want in that. So hopefully that kind of opens your eyes to taking a look at all aspects of verse runes, and just don't throw it away if it doesn't have one stat that you're looking at. You never know. You might find do what I did, where I just kind of found a compilation of runes that had the substats that I was looking for, put it together, and you got yourself a well-rounded unit. Okay. So after this stage, where you're sitting around and you're getting the 4-star runes and whatnot, then you start looking into those 5-star, 6-star runes, and you're moving into the plus 15 category. So I'll go ahead and showcase Ardella. As you guys know, this is probably one of the most commented units that I have. This is the one that I showcase the most, because I think we shy away, after the whole Lucian, Julie, Tyron kind of trend with the AoE damage dealers. We kind of shied away a while back from the single target damage dealers, and then I think after a few videos that I made, people realized that you don't need to have a 5-star natural born unit to do the damage of a 4-star, 5-star Lucian or whatever the case may be. So we got the 6-star rune plus 15, 6-star rune plus 15, crazy substats, which is why I'm using it, even though it's endure. This one here, really, really bad, but I still haven't found anything to place. And mind you, I'm being pretty nitpicky. It's not that bad, but all the pluses here went to the hit points. I wanted those percentage-based substats to be in the double digits, and they're not. This one's okay. It's a little bit better with the accuracy, but I mean, it's who needs accuracy when you're a damage dealer? This one very good, 13%, 10%, and then this one, okay. I wanted the crit damage there, so I took it. But yeah, as you notice here, the 5-star runes, with the exception of this one, was plus 12. The only reason why I took this one to plus 15, which I don't really recommend, even though I have it there, it was one of those things where I had extra power stones and I went to, ended up using it. So, like, I mean, the difference between a 5-star crit damage rune and a 6-star crit damage rune is 20%. So it's definitely worth your while to wait for, the 6-star runes on that one. But you guys kind of get the picture. When you're getting to the later stages, you're looking for all 5-star runes or better, and you're focusing on your top, 4 to 6 players. Okay, and let's go ahead and do a quick rewind since we're on that topic of players. 10 to 20, 1 to 10, you're just trying to use whatever units you get, 2-star, 3-star, whatever. 10 to 20, now you're starting to get a few 3-stars. Maybe you're sitting around 4 to 8 3-stars, so on and so forth. Okay, from that 20 to 30, now you're starting to upgrade some of those 3-stars to 4-stars. Getting yourself a nice collection of, maybe a wind team, a fire team, a water team, so on and so forth. Okay, I'd say once you hit that level 30 range, that's when you're getting that phase where you got about 12 to 15 units, and you need to kind of cut it in half. You need to find out those 6 to 8 units that are going to be your best units that you want to focus on. And as you get, farther and farther into the later stages of 30, you need to find, half of those, anywhere from 4, 5, or 6 units that you could just say flat out are your best units, and no matter what you do, what unit you get, you're always going to be using it. Okay, Megan, I'm a PvP player. I'm always going to be using her regardless if I get like the next best support unit. Rogue, I'm always going to use him because his passive is way too strong. If you guys are new to this game and you're watching my video, get one of these, farm it in 5-month Volcano. It's going to do you good for the rest of your gameplay. Ardella, I kind of fell into this one and just experimented. I needed a win unit for damage. Ended up leveling her up and realized that she had a lot of potential, so I carried her through. Soha, one of my first 4-star units that I got after a few months, so brought her up because, again, I didn't have any water-based attack damage people, so on and so forth. And then, Acelia and Hua, these are This was early on that I got this awakened, so when I found out that it was a very good unit to put with the spare runes, I used her for secret dungeons, and then eventually I just kind of threw her on the wayside, and because when I got Hua, because Hua was a lot better utility unit. So of course I've gotten more units along the way, but and with regards to support units and whatnot, but you know I'm a little bit past the. I've been level 40 for I think a few months now, so I got a lot more 5 stars here. But generally speaking, when you're in those 35 to 40, you're starting to come about 8 or so 5 stars, and you're starting to take a look at which ones is going to be that first 6 star or whatnot. So the reason why I mention all this, even though that probably all was just wishy washy to you, I see way too many people with 16 units and no runes, or they got 16 units and everybody's got a full set of runes, but they're all crappy. Why? Because they can't afford to buy runes for 16 people. Okay, we are not Jim Hart me with 34 6 star plus 15 units with all those runes. Okay, we can't do that. Okay, we're trying to be realistic here. I promise you, you will get far in this game if you pick your 4 to 6 top units and focus on those and really focus on those, okay? My top, units are pretty much going to be bleeding orange there, okay? Except for, what is it, Lucian working on that. This guy working on that, but most of my top tier units are going to be 5 star or better, okay? Look at the trend. All right, so I think I got everything that I wanted to get. Again, it was quasi-critical thinking, a little bit of rant in there, so my apologies if I come off a little hard. If anything, if I had to take it one step back and take a step back, I wish there was somebody like me to kind of just be blunt with everybody and let them know now, because I believe, in my opinion, maybe you guys have the same thing too, where you wasted so much time and money and energy into trying to get all these units up with all these runes, when in all reality, as a free-to-play player, or as a person that maybe puts a little bit of money in but not too much, there's just no way to keep up with 80 or 90 runes that you're trying to upgrade this and that. It's just too expensive. It's way too expensive. So I hope this part 2 of the runes for progression helped a little bit. If you missed something, take a step back, rewind it, and go ahead and record it down. I don't think anything really needs to be written down. Just kind of re-listen to it and kind of take notes as you go. So I'm going to go ahead and end it right there, guys. I appreciate all your support. My Critical Thinking series has gotten the most views out of all my videos, so really appreciate you guys chiming in on that. I think I put it in the thing below. I'm actually going to try to do this here. So I had a couple people contact me in the what is it, in the in the YouTube channel with the comments and stuff like that, and they asked questions or whatever that I can focus on. I will say I understand now, being a YouTuber that has been able to kind of grow my channel a little bit. I am lucky at work. Sometimes I have the opportunity to check the message, but the more people that started asking me questions, the harder it is to keep up with everybody. So I'm gonna put out to you, if you would like, my line ID is, or my line name is Childish. I'm gonna set my line ID to Childish with an exclamation point. If that works. If not, I'll put an annotation in here to let you guys know what it actually is, so you can add me. So you guys are more than welcome to add me online, and then you can send me a PM at any time with a question, and I'll just get back to you when I can. Normally, I respond via voice messages because it's just a lot easier for me. I got the case of the dyslexic kind of fat fingers. I just type. I press one button and that clicks 5 of the buttons. So I just rather just say it out in voice. So we'll call it right there, guys. I'm sorry for the long video. I'm sure it's about 30 minutes or so, but I didn't know any other way to get this stuff off. So again, thanks again for your support, and we will see you in the next Critical Thinking series.